Hello and welcome to this week's episode of our videos. So before we get into the content in this week's video, just got a couple of shout outs to do. So thank you to our patrons over at Patreon. These would be Samuel, who's a new one, Louise, Luce, Samantha, Cheryl, Yeetsun, Shirley, Tamara and Alex. Thank you for everything that you do. It's really helping us to keep the work that we do going, and we really do value your support. Next up, you may have seen, if you've been on Twitter, you'll have seen I've been asking people to come over and review the Facebook page. If you haven't already done it, this would be a great opportunity for you to, just take a visit, review, please. But we've had a couple of people come over, and as promised, here is the shout out for the people who've come over to review. So these include Sally, Richard and Melanie. Thank you ever so much for the reviews that you've left. They really did make me smile. And if you haven't, as I say, already reviewed the Facebook page, please do go over, give us a review, and do you know what? You will get a shout out in next week's video. So, on to the video. On to the content. I was thinking, what can I share with you guys today? I've been on holiday, and that's been great. I don't know whether you've seen some of the updates I've posted on our Instagram or Facebook about that. Only we could go on a seal tour to find seals on a boat and find dolphins instead. If you haven't seen the video, it is up on Facebook, www.facebook.com/AlexDaviesPBTS. So you're going to want to check that out, link on the screen. But yeah, been on holiday. Weather's been absolutely glorious. I mean, okay, I know it's a tan line, but I'm sorry, have a look at that. I've actually managed to tan beautifully for a change. Because normally I'm like a rasher of bacon, you put me on and I just go sizzle. It's not good. And I'm definitely not going to tell you that Cheryl is currently quite red. But anyway. So this week's video is actually inspired by a guy called Freddie van Rensburg. He is a South African YouTuber, and he did a response to something that I'd said on one of my, I think it was one of my videos. It could have been a post. Do you know what? I do lose track. There's that much content that I produce. But he did a video in response to something that I'd said. And one of the things that he mentioned as he was going through, and this is on an unrelated note to what he was actually responding to, but one thing he said was that he does his videos in one take because he doesn't want to edit them. He wants his audience to see him as he is. And it set me thinking, how much of our lives do we try and edit? We go on to Facebook, Instagram, and we put the best bits, all the good stuff, the holidays, or I saw somebody going to prom in a Lamborghini. Lamborghini? Who goes to prom in a Lamborghini? Sorry, that's the green-eyed monster coming, because I do some racing. I love Lamborghinis. I would love to drive a Lamborghini. Haven't got there yet. Hey, if you want to go on Patreon and sponsor me so I can afford a Lamborghini, I'd love it, but that's not what it's for. No, I'm being naughty. Ignore me, I'm being naughty. But we post the best bits. We kind of, we take our life and we just edit it so that we've got the best bits and we share them. And sometimes we go to the opposite extreme. We take our lives, we edit them so that we get the worst bits, and we go looking for sympathy. Maybe not consciously, but that's often how it can be. So what has this got to do with videos? Well, I get it wrong. I make mistakes. I go well off on tangents, like Lamborghinis and sponsor me, and no, don't do that because I'm being silly. But we do, don't we? I go off on tangents, I trip over my own tongue, I lose my train of thought. And really, a lot of people would just kind of edit that out. But why? I do my videos in one take because I want to show you that I'm not perfect. And this is the thing, because yeah, I've already recorded this video once, and some people would say, well, how can you say you do it in one take if you've already done it once? When I start the video, I do it from start, which is probably over here actually on your screen, to finish in one go. Every time I start a recording, I do it from start to finish. I don't go back and rework over something else. Because you should have seen it. I was recording the video on what happens. I get nearly to the end of the video and the phone rings. Right the way through me talking. And I could have just kind of cut that out, added the bit in, but no. Because I think what makes these videos is the fact that I'm sat here talking to you guys. I'm not cutting and pasting my words. I'm not missing bits out. I'm showing you who I am. The crazy, the weird, the wonderful. Yeah, I am crazy. Yes, I am weird. Wonderful, I'll leave up to you. But that's the way it works. And how much better could our lives be if we stopped editing? Because we edit the bits out that we don't think people will like. And yet, the weird, the wonderful, the bits we edit out, how many people would actually like those different things? I'll give you an example. One of the ways that that me and my 4-year-old tend to interact is me just being silly. You know, the other day I was pulling all sorts of toys out of her ears. She spent the next 10 minutes trying to push them back in, but you know, that's beside the point. Although she does seem to believe that, you know, all I have to have is an empty hand and I can just magically create a toy. But another thing we do, and this tends to get a few smiles, is I'll sit there and I'll do a couple of impressions. And I can't believe I'm going to do any of these, but, you know, you'd sit there when we're watching Scooby-Doo, and I'd be sat there going, Scooby-Doo, where are you? Oh, Rocky. And so on. Or alternatively, I'd do things like, use the force you must. Or, and I can't believe I'm really going to do this one, but, Kermit, my love, flowers, Alicia, hiya! And it's a bit of fun that we have, and it causes people to roll their eyes, like, oh my goodness, what are you doing? Go away, please, don't ever do that again. But it's part of me, and she loves it. My 4-year-old absolutely loves it. Now, I could choose to edit those things out. I could choose not to do that kind of thing. But actually, people like it. Yeah, they're not the best impressions, but they do make people smile. Likewise, if I'm having a really, really bad day with my mental health, do I edit it out? No. People don't necessarily like that I'm having that bad day, but what they do get is a source of comfort from that. Some kind of measure of comfort. Because they know that somebody who comes on the camera, or the podcast, or the website, and talks about his life, his mental health struggle, somebody who on camera is almost always a bit upbeat, a bit smiley, a bit loopy, alright, okay, yeah, doesn't always have it together. He has bad days. His mental health gets him down. So I do my videos in one take, so that I'm not cutting out the bits of my life that could touch someone else's life. So that's my challenge for you for this week. What parts of your life do you tend to kind of edit out? And what of those parts would somebody else really like? And hey, you may want to let me know. You can tweet me, write a comment on Facebook, email me. Sky's the limit. but I think you'll be surprised. Now, I'm sorry, I've done a few impressions. I can't help it, because it's time to say, that's all, folks. Yeah, I know, I'm never going to do that again, but yeah. But that's all from me. So, please subscribe. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, wherever you're watching from, please do go over to our YouTube channel and subscribe for all the latest videos, all the latest updates on there. And if you haven't already, please check out our social media accounts, our Patreon page. If you could support us, even from as low as $1 a month, then that would be brilliant, because I think is it Tesco's says every little helps. It really, really does. I mean, you think about it, you might only be one person pledging $1 a month. What happens if we've got 20 people or 30 people or 100 people all pledging $1 a month? Think about the difference we could make. Could really get the message out there through paid advertising, through increasing our reach, our platforms, improving our equipment so that we can do more. Really getting our profile out there so that other people can be supported with their mental health, but can also educate friends and family and tell them how it is, how they can help, what they can do. Why not give it a go? You guys take care, and I shall catch you next week on our videos. Or, who knows, maybe this Friday on our podcast. Or next Monday on the blog. Wherever I see you, it'll be good to see you. Take care.